Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Songs of Six. This is the beginning of the second stream day, where we're going to continue sort of expanding the city. At the end of the last one, we went and took over our first city out here on the world map, which, technology willing, would actually arguably be able to get all the way up to size 4, without very much help, honestly. And then probably with help, we'd probably need to go a little bit higher. We do, if we can, want to take over as many of the free territory neighbors as possible. We can see that one of them is in the process of being conquered by a neighbor, so it's probably too late to grab them, specifically. But the other 3, we probably, if I'm fast enough, have time to do. This region has recovered from the devastation and has gained its loyalty back. So what we can do, and what I will start to do, is I'm going to begin the transition here, before we unpause, into regional troops. Or at least that's what I was planning on doing until I realized that apparently our recruit limit is tiny. So I might have to actually redeploy the army again to go on the campaign. I was expecting to get a little bit more conscripts. Apparently only getting 71 here from population. Okay. They may have nerfed that. There's quite a few things that apparently in this version they've nerfed as far as Empire is concerned. One of the big ones here that I saw was this one? I think it was this one. Yeah, this used to be, I think it was 5% or 100 workforce. It's now, oh no, it's still 5%, but it's 110 workforce now. This used to be like 20 workforce, so this got hit with the nerf hammer pretty hard on this version. So yeah, some of the stuff out here in the Empire view has been nerfed. We can get into debates whether or not it was nerfed appropriately or not, but it does appear to be nerfed. Okay, so that means if I really want to go back campaigning, I need to send out the garrison again. So I suppose let's go ahead and not delay that. Let's get the garrison sent out. And then we'll, because that's going to take a lot of workforce away from the city, we're just going to unpause and let some time pass. While that workforce wanders out of the city. And when the army is deployed, we are running negative on rations. When the army isn't deployed, we're stockpiling. So, it's a little bit of a balancing act to go there. I think we probably should go ahead and get another housing block. How does wood look? Still pretty negative, and that's even with the taxes. Okay. Lump you there. I get a little bit more housing for Cretonians. I can bring a few more of them in to help potentially with the farms. The other window maybe eventually is put a housing block on the west side of the river for more Mivian housing. Potentially moving the Mivian housing out of the middle of the river, or middle island here, and then doing more fishing on the islands. And then if I have the furniture, and it looks like I do have the furniture. Let's... Oh, and I've already upgraded that place. Okay, so that can't be upgraded. I was going to upgrade the warehouse for rations, but it is already, so it's not an option. And then I think they changed how... This was in the patch notes I read today. They changed how the daycare fulfillment's calculated, so it's now children over children access, not child access over children or something. Yeah, so we're at 55%. seems to be fine. We do want more of that. I don't have a good way to see how much that costs, do I? But yeah, each one of those is 20. And I still think we have like 200 children. $122 children. That's plus that one is 160. 174. Yeah, so not quite 200, but pretty close to it. So there's an argument for getting another 5 nurseries. I suppose the nurseries, unlike the other stuff, doesn't need to be quite so segregated. Because the children aren't going to start brawls. A couple more nurseries down there. And yeah, housing-wise, these are already pre-designated to be Cottonians. Let's go ahead and let in another 50 Cottonians, hypothetically. Army appears to have received its troops. Trying to siege that one down is probably a lost cause. Let's move to this one instead. Unlike the first territory we took over that had a field army, the free lands do not. They only have garrisons. So if we're strong enough, they'll just hole up in their city and be sieged down. Okay, so bringing those Cottonians in has reduced the odd jobber shortage by a small amount. Could probably do with it being a little bit more. Okay, so we are having our first field battle here during this episode. It does appear that the garrison thinks they are mighty enough to engage our guys on the field. They are probably wrong. So there's their force. Here's our first force. Gonna do tight formation. And go 5 ranks deep. And then we'll keep our second unit in sort of reserve, go out around and flank their guys in the back after they charge us. I think they're just 1 unit. Yeah, 1 unit that we outnumber. So we're going to receive the charge, send our spearmen around, and stab them in the back. We have 3 spears and 4 spears. Apparently I don't have enough leather armor for our guys to be considered wearing leather armor. And we're going up against guys that are running 1 in everything, including shields. Because we're going to be attacking the back, the shields shouldn't do too much of an effect. Here comes their charge. And with that, we've got them surrounded. Flanks compromised, they're outnumbered, feeling surrounded. That's the sort of stats we want to see. And then this is basically just a battle where I tend to speed up. We've done the tactics of this battle, now it's the meet and grinder phase. Tend to speed up and watch the enemy get defeated. Yeah, they lost 5 guys, defeat 122. They'll probably get a garrison before we get to siege distance. If they don't, the fight will be over pretty much immediately. Nope, it is pretty much over. Okay. You occupy them. Once again, new region. So we throw out the small village, and this is apparently going to be a city that's going to maintain enough population that I can go straight to large village. That's nice. I don't need the health building here for this size. I will need it if it was any larger. Again, I think the resource I'm the most tempted to bring in is woodcutting. The other alternative would be bringing in coal and ore and do metal smelting. But I think we'll keep it simple. I think we'll just do more woodcutters here. For the moment, at least. The other alternative is grab barracks. Can I do 2 levels of barracks? Could do 2 levels of barracks. You know, let's do 2 levels of barracks. This will allow me to get theory more conscripts. It's not automatic, of course. Yeah, once again, we're going to send... During the occupation phase here, I do not need both units. So I can send them back to the city. So we can get a little more construction going on. I need more grain warehouses as well. Yeah, I think that's probably where I'm going to put a grain. Actually, no, I'll still put it there. It'll work, because it's just across the road from the baker. This won't be a very big one. Here we go. Make that grain warehouse. Could probably also do with a bread warehouse. I'm getting complaints about brawls. Am I getting 2 districts too close together? It might be these 2 districts, to be fair. What's the distance between these 2? No, that should be fine. Is it these ones? Maybe. Depends on how it does the angle math on there, I think. These 2? Oh, we put these ones far enough apart. Or is it just that I've got, like, brawling going on between the homeless or something? Killed in brawls. So 2 were killed in brawls. It could be a little bit better with how it tells you who got killed in brawls, because I'd like to know who got killed in a brawl. With whom? fine. Dendorians are being killed. Why are the Dendorians being killed? Humans shouldn't care. "75% preference." Unless it got really tuned to be harsh. There shouldn't be a complaint there. Build up more housing. We got more guys coming in. Or we got the army coming back, so... should have more odd jobbers coming in to help with construction. And we can see that we haven't definitely not harvesting enough of our grain, because it's sitting in the fields to rot. So that's going to be last falls, still in the fields during summer. That'll be an indication we're not storing it enough. And or not converting enough of it into bread. Apparently I'm low on stone. Might make that system bigger, the stone portion bigger, so I can have some more stone. Okay, let's go another 20 larger on this. Pause, refurb. Oh, actually, I see. No, set it to 40. That'll be fine. And then that should give us more stone to get out of the stone hole, hopefully. Has the army returned yet? No, still traveling. We got large enough to have legate bestowed upon us, so we got 5 more nobilities. 15 admin, and 30 knowledge. So as far as nobilities go, I have one of my 6 races without a noble. It is currently the Garthimi. Let's find a Garthimi. You get the distinction of being elevated to nobility. And then the rest of these can be whatever. So for simplicity, I'm going to make them all human. You. Getting promoted. You're getting promoted. Human food vendor, human actor. Yeah, so we're going to promote the actor and the food vendor. There we go. 10 nobles. Not actually sure what I'm going to have those nobles assigned to do yet. Probably for simplicity, just make them governors. Yeah, for simplicity, just make them governors. We can come back and solve something else later. And then technology-wise, we got 60 knowledge and 15 admin. So admin is tempting to use, obviously, in Empire stuff. It's also law and order. So if I want to have prisons or executions or stocks or even schools, I need to spend admin on it. But yeah, I'm a little bit tempted to come over here and spend on Organization 1. Do I do Organization 1 and prisons, or do I do Organization 1 and execution? That's a good question. I'm gonna go prison to start. So we'll grab prison, and I could technically grab execution as well. I'm gonna hold off on execution and go and do Organization 1. So because I've done that, I can come out onto the world map. And you can go to the next level. I'm level 3. Gives me 16 more workforce. And you can go to the next level. You can also become level 3. Another 16 workforce there. Okay, so in 3 days I will have 100 new conscripts from the regions forming up in the army. I want to be making the army a little bit stronger than that, but that's a start. And then for simplicity here, I think I'd go for more wood. I think I need more wood in the capital. Yeah, let's just do more wood. So that should actually put me positive on wood. Yeah, there we go. That way, when I think it's time to expand the bakeries, and that's actually likely to be soon. We have the capacity to hold that, or to provide the wood for that industry. So, alright, so earlier this was going to be grain, which is not up in the edible foods, because it's not an edible food, it's here in the raw resources. Okay, and then I'm going to build sort of another warehouse. This one's going to be a bit of a tight fit. It's going to fit in the hole here. Not sure if this is the best use of space. Oops. I'm over the wall of the building on the neighboring building. I don't want that. Here we go. Yeah, maybe not the best use of space, but this will be another warehouse, and I'm going to make this hold rations, so we can store a few more rations that are going to be available for the army. So waiting for army to return. It should be back in a day. And every population group is willing to grow, which is good to see. So they can speed down. And you are going to be full on Alpha rations. We can store a bunch more food. Here's the army wandering back into the town, which is why the Odd Jobbers is going up rapidly. Okay, more nurseries isn't gonna hurt. Rations isn't gonna hurt. I'm gonna put you on auto assigns. You higher up. And with the army back in, let's go evaluate you guys. Okay, so they haven't deployed yet. I'm gonna evaluate how many more troops I can add to those units. In the meantime, I now have 900 spears and... well, I got 900 spears. So I suppose actually I should wait until these units actually deploy. They're gonna be less than a day out. And then I can evaluate getting them reinforced and equipped with gear. Because again, we're going to want to continue on the campaign and get these guys occupied. At which point I might redesign the army just to have a small garrison force in all areas. And I want to check to see if I've got enough personnel to get up to 200 men. Worst case scenario, I can increase the barracks here for just more men. In fact, given... oh, I can only go up one tier. I'll just preemptively go up the one tier then. I'm not sure what resource I want here. Would be a good place for fruit. Okay, so that should be much closer to optimum daycare. Yeah, so we're getting 100% daycare fulfillment, which is good to see. Change the physicians to not be just one level, but they're multi-level. Where's the physician? That's the hospital. That's the physician. I have to unlock medicine and start doing cut stone for that. Oh, what I should be doing, let's, I got the game speed going slow here. Let's do the math. Double check my math. So, right now, we are... producing... well, we produced 19,600 grain, in theory. That was the... or at least that's the expected yield for next year. Got a little bit less last year, but that's fine enough. And then right now, each of our bakers, in theory, recipe-wise, are consuming... well, actually, due to workload. So, workload. Surprised it's workload, not commute. Although I've only just added more warehousing in, so this number might be a little finicky. Let's say consumes... well, actually, we've added the nobility to them, so they actually consume a lot more now. All the nobility is in application. It's now up to additive +2. That's before the 6-element multiplier, so actually doing 18 a worker. So if we divide by 16 days, 18 a worker, we're looking at like 68 workers in theory to use all the grain. I'll just assign all of them, all 72. Be a little less efficient there. And then grain surplus wise, I've got 240. Our ration maker technically eats 6. So, well, before the +2 from the noble. So let's say they're going to eat 18 each. In this case, I just do the 240 divided by 18. So I can support another 13, maybe 14 more ration makers with no problems. So let's just assign another 14 more ration makers. That should stabilize the rations. Make some more rations. Make a little more use of the bread we're generating. And if you heard that number hadn't necessarily updated yet. And okay, so these guys have arrived. Can I make any of these units larger using recruits? I've got 50 more humans. We've got 50 Dundorians. Okay, so let's go up to 100 humans. And recruit 50 Dundorians. And then we will send this unit home. And that's 200 units out. I've got 1,000 spears and 200 leather. So let's also tell this unit, hey, I have enough spears that each of you can have 5 spears? Yeah, each of you can have 5 spears, so we can get them nice and equipped with spears. But I only have enough armor that they can each have a suit of armor. Suit of leather armor. And of course, I've just got a massive outbound order, so we'll assign extra people here to work to get it moving faster. Load up the outbound goods. And then, because we are recalling the last 50 guys to the city, although the last 50 is going to get assigned to be guard duty, the city will actually reflect the population correctly, and the army, we never have to worry about bringing home, as long as I can properly feed them in the field, which I think we can. The ration maker supply is saying yes. Clothing supply is saying no, so there's probably an argument to be getting more clothing. In theory, that holds 100, so let's try to take the floppy up to Lords raiding our border settlements. Okay, that's a thing that is happening. Once these guys are organized in a day, we'll go march against them. In the meantime, I'm going to build a ranch. And we'll Archon Ranch. Technically this is going to be over forest, which is not the best place for it, but plop it in there anyway. It would actually technically be better down with till down here, but I don't think I'm using that forest as forest anytime soon, because I got that big forest over there. Oyster's near. Perfect. There we go. And then we'll set out here. They'll build that to generate more leather, so we can have more clothing being produced. This army should be equipped and deployed in a day. In a game day, and then we can go march against the raiders, run them off. In the meantime, yeah, we'll clear the forest there. Generating more wood that arguably at the moment we don't need, but it's better to have it being produced and not need it than to need it and not have it being produced. Oh, I suppose one thing I can do. Let's go ahead. I think this is going to become... I might not be able to make it a whole one fishery yet. It's not all going to be able to do fishery. As far north as we can. Actually, no, that's probably about do half the island per fishery. I'm gonna do 2 fisheries on the island. In theory, I could probably flood this island, the entire island, for more fishery space. But we're not doing Dondorian focused or Mivian focused. I don't think I need that much fish. Hopefully don't need that much fish. In fact, I'm not planning on building this right now. I want it done so I can spend the job. I'm going to do basically the same logic on the other shore. Again, I could flood more of the land to get more fishing space if I want more fishing space. Not too worried about it at the moment. Because then, when I go ahead and do the road in here, I can't accidentally use up bits of the fishing space on the road, the bridge. So there's the bridge. Once that bridge is done, I can start to contemplate the Mivini neighborhood over here. Question I always forget the answer to. Who else likes eggs? Oh, eggs are liked by a bunch of people. So maybe I do want the Amivians doing a bunch of ranching of their particular ranch type. Okay, so you're ready for battle, so go deal with the raiders. 200 of you versus 65 of them. They're probably better equipped. Well, actually, that's maybe not the case, because I just remembered I got a bunch of spears. So I might be better equipped in the pointy stick department. Is this course going to be a battle, because the raiders are not going to run away? They're over there. So we got our large unit of humans in the middle. Dondorians one side. Tonians the other. Like so. They'll receive the enemy's charge, and then try to get around and flank them with the small units, ideally. Oh, they've got archers, okay. Okay, so they got 2 small units of archers. There comes the arrows out. Okay, so you go get that unit. Is there anyone actually still holding in here? Looks like no. You go jump that unit, and then we'll try to use the last unit for something a little fancier, hopefully. Never mind, they're not going to hold them long enough to do anything particularly fancy, too. Numbers outmatched, flanks compromised. You can probably watch the... yeah, there we go. So we lost 4 units to defeat the 65 raiders. And we'll be nice enough to release these raiders. Okay, and then next destination is... Damon Tangalori. Waiting for them to build up the road. Build up the neighborhood. Okay, we're gonna have another fight as we cross the border. Again, this is a city garrison of free peoples that are... we almost outnumber 2 to 1. Should be fairly easy to defeat them. Save the enemy charge, and then spend the smaller groups around the flanks. No, double press for quarter speed. Did not realize that. So it accidentally enabled quarter speed there if you're wondering why it felt like it was in slow-mo. The answer was because it was. It was. Double press for real fast. Okay. Thanks, compromised. Numbers. Viewing surrounded, taking casualties, exhausted already. breaks and runs. We lost 2 to defeat 118. We're pretty close to the city here, so there's a decent possibility we'll be able to take the city before the garrison reforms. Go. This is a good place for clay. Given that this is a good place for clay, I'm gonna do like 3 levels of clay, 2 levels of stone. Oh, I don't quite have that level of money. We'll do the 3 levels of stone, 3 levels of clay, and only 1 level of stone then. We now control Haven. Clear that. It's probably fine. Yeah, I'm surprised their job is unreachable. No, just the ones that they can do, they haven't claimed it. Yeah, more clay coming in should be good. I think we've got enough wood. So go ahead and go to all access. I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna distribute the wood to the citizenry. Slave despot, I am Macroius III, supreme ruler of Narkala. I bid you welcome to the neighborhood. As a token of my good faith, I present you with a small gift. Surely it will come to good use as you grow. Perhaps you can build a well to wash your people, just as succession. Okay, well, I don't actually have a good place to put herbs. And I'm not going to start importing herbs to make good use of them. That's coming because I now have a border with Narkala here via the new territory we just took over. I just added a big ration one. Let's get rations out of there, and we'll make this an herb storage. Report in and out. Making money off of trade, we're losing off of inflation, we're making on tourism, we're losing a lot on construction because I'm building a lot, and we are earning tax income for the first time. Although the net denarii total because of all the construction is negative. Maybe not surprising. And then I think you're 1,000 to level up. Oh no, we just saved enough money that I can finish you off. There we go. That'll help with stone as well. Distributing that as furniture. We should be distributing that as furniture now as well. Getting a pretty decent tax on it. Oh, and of course I'm going to distribute them as furniture. I should tell the markets to stock them. Okay, we got another 16 workers. The Archon fields, Works fields, so let's go up to 70 on you. good at carpentry and bow making in addition to lumberjacks? They're good at bows. They are not good at carpentry. Okay, so we wanted to make a bowyer at some point. Yeah, we wanted to make a bowyer at some point. And apparently we're gonna have them mostly making bows, pasture raising. I might do a little bit of fruit orchards with them. I've heard fruit orchards, at least for the space, is pretty good. Okay, once the city calms down, we'll go lay siege to this one. And then we'll be at our immediate sort of size. Because we'd have to expand the army quite a bit to continue expanding. Except for maybe you. I could probably start something with you. Not getting much bigger. I'm almost surprised the city doesn't have a port. Neither of these two cities have ports. Yeah. One Argonosh location, okay. And the bridge is finally, okay. I'm gonna build a area such as this. I'm gonna actually turn planning mode on and do a copy paste. This area. Yeah, we're gonna have a position over. That's what this is. This is a position. It's gonna be over here, let's say. And then I am going to activate some of it. I specifically want the maintenance component, the maintenance in the warehouse to support the maintenance, the the hearth, the stage, and one of the housing blocks for the moment I think will be a good start. Oh, and I need to change who lives in these housing units. This is going to be my Amivian household. Operating all the fishing on this side of the river. Oh, I think I haven't built it yet, I've unlocked it. For Law and Order, the dungeons require metal. Now, I'm gonna have to import some metal to support that. Maybe, what I might do is I might tear these houses out and put a small prison on the island here. Once the housing block on the west side is done. And then after that, I think it is cut stone that I want to get started on, and research. We're expanding the town. Yep, definitely see we're getting enough clay. In fact, I'm getting enough clay. Hey, you 20 Amivians that we brought in specifically to work this clay pit. Don't work that clay pit anymore. I'll probably do the same to the stone mine. Yeah, I can get away with no stone miners in the stone mine, so I know we brought you in just to work the stone mine. Don't do that anymore. I do still need the lumber workers, okay. We're not making enough wood. Not enough wood. Although, if I can do more administration, we can. That's the one city I can upgrade without doing any funny business with. Oh, you're large enough. You might actually want some health. What I'll do is I'll take the clay down one level, and we'll give you. And I'll fix your health. Support's back to 100%. I think these cities are happy enough. Yeah, I think they're happy enough that my army isn't there. And then Eclipse in the city. So let's send you off to the next objective. In the meantime, looks like I have enough armor. You already got max spears. I've got enough armor that I can take you up another armor tier. You probably won't get it before you get into the next fight, but... Oh, they got that built quicker than I was expecting. So with that built, I am going to go ahead and get an import depot. Right now we're just importing tools. I'm going to start importing metal as well. And I am going to go ahead and tear down the houses on the island here. I think I might make that the jail. And let's work on the other service buildings over here. So we can just turn those silver service buildings all on. Put you on. And then we'll work on getting more fishing going. Because I'm thinking about doing more fishing, I might intentionally flood the area. There we are. There's the battle. Take command for this battle. Yeah, as far as regional territories, we've got some pretty nice neighboring regional territories, so I think even without growing very much, we can get a fairly large empire in actual people. And apparently the eclipse on the world map is following us into the battle here. So we outnumber them, although not by very many. About 4 to 3. Yeah, about 4 to 3. Oops. Right. Start to let time pass. Come to us. And we just do the good old flank trick. And then we got them started. Flanks compromised, exhausted, feeling surrounded. Clear up speed, and watch the fight end. There we go, we lost 3 guys, defeat 142. The eclipse was an ill omen, but not for us. Not going to automatically storm it. We will have to wait here and wait out the siege, because we did not get to the city in time. Oh, and I need to put some... If we're going to import iron, I need to have some storage of iron. let's not store wood in this... Well, we'll store less wood in this warehouse. And grab iron, importing iron. Well, we've got to put a place to put the import iron. We got 2 sets of tools, because I did a copy paste of the tools. We're going to set the other one to iron, and we're going to say, hey, import, like, half the stockpile of iron. The eclipse has ended. Siege ongoing. Got the basic services there complete. If I were to move the land, take it all the way up to the road that I've designated there. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, for most of the sector, all the way up to the road where we are. I'm actually going to delete Smart Move View. And we've got the iron import set up. We got a decent amount of money. I might technically need more money getting the city set up, but for the moment, I'm gonna plan the prison out here, and we're gonna bring this part to close, or bring the dungeon up here. Plan the dungeon out here, and bring this part to close. How big are the cells? Fairly large. Our dungeon here is small enough that apparently it's not an issue for supporting, so not too bad. 20 prisoners, 5 guards will be held in this prison on the island. And all that stops us from completing it is the lack of iron. The importers will probably bring enough in. Yeah. Okay. Let's do aquaculture. Fishery in. There's going to be enough land. That is a good question. I'm not sure I know the answer to. Plenty of land. Employs 15 fishermen. Is a good start. And then I'm going to want a warehouse for fish. Put the warehouse up here. There's a good bit of the island, but... well, I might put another one on the island. Okay. And finish up getting the dungeon done. There we go. So we got prison space for 20 people. So let's hop into Law and Order so I don't forget. Right now everything's set to slavery. We haven't had anyone commit a crime sufficiently criminal enough for them to get slavery, so we'll make the crime a little less severe. We'll just downgrade everyone to prison for the moment. So it's a little less tyrannical because we think we can imprison people instead of enslaving people. The point was to be a tyrant, so we might go back to slavery at some point. But if we haven't enslaved anyone yet, I'm not gonna assume we're gonna have any slaves soon. So the warehouse is doing the warehouse things. Yeah, I think that's a good place for a part break. Is the siege over? No. So we'll pick up next time at the end of, well, if you're watching on YouTube, we'll finish up the siege next time. In the city, we're gonna start producing fish in larger quantities, with the goal of trying to have enough that we can feed basically the entire Mivian population off of fish alone. I may also start trying to ranch with the Mivian population. Do we start with the husbandry for Globadine? No. But I don't think that would be too hard to get. Tech-wise, I think that's just innovation. Yeah, that's just innovation. I picked that up pretty easily. And then basically we're going to be expanding everything in preparation, well, mostly food and support issues, in preparation for having more and more and more of the humans, instead of working farms and bakeries and such, those sort of jobs, moving them more and more into our labs, libraries, and the administration itself. Have we unlocked administration? Oh, I gotta actually use a tech to unlock paper administration these days? Oh boy. Where is it? There, it's paper filing. Available to be unlocked, and it costs knowledge, and I have 70 knowledge bouncing around, so just unlock paper filing, so I can build what I need. Yeah, so next time, I think we're gonna finish off the siege, getting up to the territory cap that we can get without having to like invade actual other nations for the moment. And then I think we're gonna start developing technology to unlock some other stuff. I think I might try to pick up enough. Well, I'll think about it over the break. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break here to get up, stretch the legs, sip some tea, debate to myself internally which of the sort of science options I'm going to go for first. And then we'll be back in after the ads are out of the way on Twitch. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and/or stream. And bye for now.